We have well over 5,000 acres that have burned. We have an estimated 1,000 structures destroyed. We have no percentage of containment.
There's no water coming out of the fire hydrant. This is an absolute mismanagement by the city.
Palisades Fire is located in both LA City and LA County. We are in unified command with the City of Los Angeles Fire Department in addition to CAL FIRE. We have well over 5,000 acres that have burned, and the fire is growing. We have no percentage of containment. We have an estimated 1,000 structures destroyed, and also no reported fatalities, and a high number of significant injuries to residents who did not evacuate, in addition to first responders who were on the fire line. We have over 1,000 personnel assigned, and the cause of the fire is unknown. However, it is under investigation.
What is most concerning to me is our first responders and our firefighters who are trying to battle this. There's no water in the Palisades. There's no water coming out of the fire hydrants. This is an absolute mismanagement by the city. It's not the firefighters' fault, but it's by the city. And I'm going to be very honest. We've got a mayor that's out of the country, and we've got a city that's burning, and there's no resources to put out fires. So if you look at your pictures, you don't see the firefighters there because there's nothing they can do. And it looks like we're in a third world country here. Mm-hmm. And we've got a lot of tough questions that we need to ask the mayor and the city council and our representatives and the county representatives. Why didn't you work to mitigate this? What was your brush mitigation program? I heard you earlier talking about it's been dry because there hasn't been rain. That's not the biggest problem here. The brush up in these hills that are controlled by the city and the county, I would bet you that they haven't been handled, mitigated, pruned, removed for probably 30 or 40 years. This was a disaster waiting to happen. And what's predictable is preventable. And who's paying the price are all of these people in their homes and their businesses tonight. Now, we'll rebuild, but the majority of this community is going to have a tough time rebuilding their lives.
Eric, your video driving along Sunset into Pacific Palisades, I think it's the first time that we are starting to get the true scope of the devastation. It's one thing to hear 1,000 structures destroyed. It's another thing to see it and to think about each one of these homes. And we're just talking about the Palisades fire. Obviously, many more homes also destroyed in the Eaton fire in Altadena, but this is Pacific Palisades, and we're finally actually seeing what was burning overnight. And it, the word war zone is such a cliche, but this does look like an area that has been bombed.
Yeah, I mean, it is just shocking. We were back up there along Chautauqua and Sunset Boulevard starting at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were watching homes burn. We didn't really have a sense of how severe the damage was until, I'm gonna just take this off because it's not working, until we actually came down Sunset Boulevard into Pacific Palisades and saw the incredible level of damage there. In the neighborhood where we started out, sort of 40 to 50% of the homes were burned. But as you go down Sunset Boulevard towards the village, every single home on the north side of Sunset is gone. Every single one. There's not a single one that's left standing.